Waters, Barry Tompkins, and Sean O'Grady.
So we are set to go. Don Steele, you got to look at right here. And Ray Mercer. We talk about Ray Mercer being in great shape. Yes, he has a little bit of a girth too, but two, he's always had that.
Yeah. Again, that's it. He's just not one of those really cut kind of guys, but he's in pretty good shape. In fact, I don't even think Ray needed those 13 guys in his corner that he had.
No, that's true.
During the introduction.
Probably could take care of this by himself. Steele, on the other hand, not looking 100% fit. Steele's a guy who has done pretty well in the small pond, and as soon as he tries to get into the ocean, he gets eaten by the sharks.
Right. He took one big step up in class, which was against Brian Nielsen, who had some kind of goofy heavyweight title over in Europe, and he was knocked out by Nielsen. And he was knocked out by Richie Melita. Other than that, he's taking care of everybody he's fought, but very low level, certainly compared to what Mercer has fought, which has been the very best.
You saw that first jab by Mercer actually knocked Steele backwards. That'll give you just an idea of the effectiveness of Mercer's jab. He's got a cannon.
Yeah, it's a tremendous jab. It's kind of like, in terms of its thudding effect, the way that Sonny Liston had a jab on his opponent, but the thing is it's quicker than Liston's was. Liston's was extremely long and looked like a big, gigantic redwood tree coming out when it would hit you, and would have that same kind of effect. But Mercer's jab a little bit quicker.
That's what makes him tough. I think he's going to be tough for anybody in the heavyweight division. And especially, he's just got more savvy than he had before. He had the talent, didn't always have the mental makeup, but I think he's made a believer out of me. Let me put it that way. There's that jab again, a cracking jab.
I love the interview at the beginning of the night that Sean did with Ray Mercer. It was great. Mercer was going, "I'm going to crack Steele." Steele. You can tell he's ready.
It's swelling around the eyes already of Don Steele. And that's a direct result of that Ray Mercer jab. There it is again. Boy, it's just right on the button, hard.
Yeah, you see what it does? It drives you back. I mean, it eliminates your momentum. And Steele is a puncher, remember, and although he is trying to box, and I think he's got a little bit of style to him, Steele. I know this is probably the first time many of you have seen him. And he looks like he can fight some. He's just not a wild brawler. But the thudding effect that Mercer's jab has is eliminating a chance for him to get started offensively.
Yeah, he's in a defensive mode right from the get-go. You can see he's just going backwards. There it is again.
Mercer reaches you from halfway across the ring with that jab.
Well, not a spectacular round, but I thought just a tremendously effective first round for Ray Mercer.
Well, Ray hasn't gone for the KO in this round. He went out there to try to establish control of the ring, and I think he was able to do that in that round with the jab. Jab alone, basically.
Well, he bloodied his nose, and he had some swelling under his eyes, so I'd say it was an effective first round.
There's Don, the man of steel, who is facing an opponent like Mercer really for the first time. And he tries hard, and he tried hard in that first round, we saw it. And all of his fights have ended quickly. He's never been past the 7th round. On the other hand, you have merciless Ray Mercer across the way, a guy who's got a tremendous power that has been exhibited on numerous occasions. On top of that, he has the other element of being able to take a tremendous shot, and better now than it was when he was fighting a lot of the time in the 90s.
And as we said, at 39 years of age, as we start round 2, Ray Mercer needs to stay on the gas. He's got to take that step up pretty quickly, I think. Sean, we started to ask you earlier how you see this fight. I may as well ask you right now. How do you see this thing?
Well, you know, Steele says that he has as much power as Ray Mercer. He says, I can take a good shot too. But the real problem with this fight is he's going to be swelled up. Look how that jab is so effective from Mercer. Not only is he hitting his opponent hard with that jab, he's spinning it right on the end. That leather on the face just cuts your face to ribbons. Also, to swell it up adds a little bit more force to the power of the punch. This is the big leagues where Ray Mercer is. Mercer knows what he's doing in the ring. Don Steele still wondering what he's doing in the ring. Right on that eye, too. See me aim that jab? You bring it right on the eye, and then you twist it right at the point of contact.
And the swelling under the left eye of Don Steele getting a little bit worse. Some bleeding from the nose.
Mercer trying to throw the left hook now. He's putting power into his other punches, not just the jab. So he's beginning to open up here and look for something to happen.
And look who's tying up. It's Don Steele. Don Steele came into this fight very confident. Said, I have as much to put on the map with my name as Ray Mercer. He said, I'm hungrier than Ray. That first round, he backed up the entire round. He starts his second round the same way.
You know, the 4 heavyweights we've seen on the card tonight, not counting the 4-rounder that we saw with Adam Richards making his debut, with Lawrence Claybay and Ken Murphy, and now with Ray Mercer and Steele. It is Steele at the age of 31 who is the baby of the bunch.
That's true.
Well, he better keep his tongue into his mouth. See how Steele keeps licking his lips? You can't do that.
You know, you could literally tie Ray Mercer's right hand behind him tonight, and he could win this fight with the jab alone.
Absolutely. And he is. So
sure could, but I know he wants to unload that right hand.
He did.
You can almost hear the clock ticking. I mean, this is just a matter of time.
And I hope he knocks him out soon, because I don't want to take that much of a beating. The more punches he takes. Look at him taking these shots. Steele hands down around his face. Hide behind those gloves. The old trainers tell their fighters, put your gloves in front of your eyebrows. Touch the eyebrows to your knuckles. That way you'll know your hands are high enough. Let's see that from Steele. He's not hiding behind his gloves.
Steele, for some reason, felt compelled to also hit himself with a great combination
right.
there.
His first good combination of the fight, I might add. And he's starting to get busted up, too. Round number 3, and Don Steele unable to generate any offense, and I think that's due in large part to the jab of Ray Mercer just not allowing him to get on track, period.
When Ray Mercer lost some important fights when he was coming up, a lot of it was due to his inability to get really psyched. Therefore, he wouldn't get in real great shape for them, like that Jesse Ferguson fight. Or at a time, for example, when he fought Larry Holmes, he just wasn't ready. And Holmes schooled him in that fight, and he knew it.
Shutout, of course, for Mercer. And hard to imagine anybody seeing that any way but that.
Yeah, the problem in sports, well, in boxing especially, Rich, is it takes you years to learn how to do this thing called boxing. When you finally realize what works and what doesn't work, you're 39 years old. That's the problem that Ray Mercer has now. And Ray is in a hurry to get back to the top of boxing.
You know, the inactivity that Mercer has had in recent years could actually, here in the long run, help him. It could be a positive, because he hasn't been, for example, like Evander Holyfield, and you know, all of these wars, a countless number of wars that Holyfield has finally just completely taken their toll on his body, and he just can't fight the way that he used to anymore. Mercer is, you know, fairly fresh. He did have a war with Lennox Lewis and a war with Evander Holyfield, but far less than, you know, you would expect a guy of his age in the heavyweight ranks to have had by now.
Absolutely.
I think Steele's fight plan tonight is try to break Mercer's hands on his face.
Yeah, it's a good concept.
Taking all the punches, just not even rolling with them.
You know, the other thing about Steele, and you guys, maybe I'm seeing things here, but he's the only heavyweight fighter I've ever seen with a navel ring.
He gets hit in the body right on that navel ring. It
Spirit
could disappear.
Yeah.
Well, for Mercer too, now he's got to close the show. Let's see those fast, hard combinations. See him take out, close the show with Steele. Don tried to convince me today that he takes a good shot. I believe it, Don.
It's the first time Steele got off kind of a good combination on Mercer. It was a doubled up with the left and got the right in there, and it was more he followed up his elbow with from the punch.
All those misses from Steele. Mercer doing a fine job. Look at Mercer's hands and compare that to Steele's hands. Steele's hands also down around his waist in front of his chest. I guess he's protecting his neck.
There's a left-hand stagger Steele. And all he did was show jab and turn it.
Steele trying to show Mercer he could take his punch, so he threw in a couple of his own to himself.
Taking a real beating here is Steele, though.
I guess this is the definite definition of the phrase bloodied but unbound.
And Mercer, there's a good right hand by Mercer. Well, Ray Mercer feels like he's refreshed. He feels like he's a new man. He feels like he still has a very good chance. And based on what we've seen tonight, he certainly still has the skills to be a champion.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready. Physically and mentally more than anything now. You know, I get up and run. I don't care what time I wake up, man. I just want to run. I look forward. I ran this morning. I just love running now. Something that I used to not like doing so much, I love doing now. And it's bringing the new crew that I have is bringing all the fun back in the sport and everything for me, man. I'm living life right now.
Well, he's had several incarnations, and I think this one, though, seems to be more honest than all the others.
And, you know, it's hard not to root for Ray Mercer because he is such a likable guy. And he is funny, and he can come out with good quips. And
he's a good guy and would be an excellent champion. Steele now swelling under both eyes, bleeding from the nose.
I asked him why he felt that he could do so good against Lennox Lewis when so many others just simply cannot. And he felt that it was his ability to reach Lewis with his jab, to be able to jab with Lewis. People can't jab with Lewis for the most part.
Mercer looks intent on finishing this.
Well, he lives up to his nickname, Barry. He is merciless when he has an opportunity.
The jab again continues to drive Steele backward.
Steele trying to show some head movement in this round.
Again, Steele hangs himself a couple of times in the stomach. Almost like a wake-up call, but Mercer just doesn't give you an opportunity. Sean O'Grady. Sean, where are you?
Hey, I'm over here in Steele's corner, Barry Rich. I'm with Bobby Mitchell. Bobby, is Don okay?
Yeah, Don's all right. He swells easy and he bleeds a lot, but he's all right. You know, what he needs to do to turn the fight around, I think, is he's got to quit backing up and showing so much respect. He's got to let his hands go. You know, he's just a little nervous and everything, but he's doing good.
You know, he told me he has as much power as Ray Mercer, but he can't utilize it backing up. What did you tell him to do this round?
To stop backing up and to let his hands go. To come over the top of Ray's jab with his right hand, and he hadn't done that yet.
All right, we're inside a minute. What are you going to tell him at the end of this round?
Well, the same thing. Basically, it's just a quit backing up, that he needs to stand the fight now. You know, we're into the middle rounds. You know, he needs to put on a fight now.
Bobby Mitchell knows what to do. Get him going forward. Back to you.
Always seems easy for the guy in the corner to say, doesn't it?
Well, the problem with trying to counter with a right hand over the jab is you've got to make the jab miss or fall short. And so far, that's not happened.
Not at all.
Look at that.
Yeah, a tremendous connect percentage for Mercer on the jab. And I'm sure he's going backward because every one of those jabs, if it doesn't hurt it, at the very least it stings. You know, some fighters just kind of show you the jab. I mean, Ray Mercer snaps the jab. Sean talked about pronating a jab. Mercer does that. It's an effective weapon, and it'll wear a guy down. We're coming back. Don Steele really unable to do any business. I know his corner wants him to stand there and fight, but that's easier said than done.
And I think that's what Don had in mind coming in here. I think he wanted probably to stand and let his hands fly and let Mercer feel his power, but he just can't. He's being driven backwards every time by that jab. He doesn't have a jab to make Mercer think twice about moving in. so he can't get his power shots off.
And every now and then, Mercer will turn that jab into a hook, and that's been very effective for him also. And your card is shutout. Not a surprise.
What I want to see here is if Mercer, picks it up and looks for a KO. He started to let his hands go in that last round. Or if Ray is satisfied to simply jab his way to victory by decision.
I would doubt that. I would think at some point he'll step on it. Starting to bring the right hand a little bit more frequently. Clearly, Ray Mercer is ready to take at least that next step up. Whether or not that's of the Lennox Lewis caliber or not, I don't know, but he's ready to take the next step.
Mercer with an old Jersey Joe Walcott trick there. As he walked away from his opponent and then sprung out like a cobra with a left hook.
Double jab and then a miss with the right hand by Steele. I'm not sure Donald Steele is going to like the look that he sees in the mirror tomorrow morning.
You know, he is trying, Barry. He can't get off.
Absolutely.
Every time he wants to throw a punch, there's that jab of his driving him back. Mercer getting into it now.
And Mercer starting to walk through Steele. Jab just really making a mess of Steele's face, and Steele goes out of the ring, down onto the floor, and it was from a body shot.
This is the second straight time that Ray Mercer has knocked a man out by knocking him completely out of the ring.
And I mean out of the ring. He went over the table, over the chairs, and out. And it was from a body shot.
Wow. Well, I tell you, Ray Mercer's making all the highlight reels in his comeback.
Well, that was a huge shot.
There's a ringsider jumped on Steele there, and they had to pull the guy off.
Yeah, I'm assuming that it was not a doctor, just somebody there. Let's take another look at this, Rich, and see if it was in fact a body shot. Looked like it to me.
All right, we'll take a look now. Still Ray probing with the jab, then the right hand to the body. I don't remember him throwing that punch in this fight, Barry. And he knocked him right out of the ring. I'm sure Jimmy Lennon, when he sees that, will be glad that he wasn't here tonight.
That's right.
Because he got sat on the last time by Jeff Pegues. Now watch this ringsider come and jump right on top.
Yeah, he did. I'm not quite sure what that
Steele
was all about. When I first saw it, I thought maybe it was a doctor or something, but
right hand to the body. Now let's take a look by comparison. Same set of ropes, same situation. There's the guy jumping on top. Now here's the fight against Pegues. This is just a month ago. Same side of the ring. This time with a head punch though. Winds up, bam. And there goes Pegues out of the ring, right onto Jimmy Lennon Jr. this time, knocking Jimmy down. Although Pegues at least managed to stay on the apron pretty much.